We'd like to take just a moment to apologize for the sound quality on our first few episodes. While it's not perfect, we strive to bring the best content to our listeners. I can assure you that by episode 3, we've got most of those issues ironed out. Thank you for listening.
Previously on Babies and Broadswords.
Lady Chastity's home for children and other errors and judgment sits alongside the Stangy River in one of the poorer quarters of the city of Nexus. Bubbles the merbaby has just ripped a rather potent one, and Sister Beatrice finds herself sidling closer and closer to the door. She's gone, but I think I pooed my tub. Isabel, you are able to get your paws on the doorknob, and you give it a turn. There's a long hallway. There are rooms up and down the hallway to your right and your left, and you smell the unmistakable scent coming down from the cafeteria of baked goods. You stand in front of the cafeteria doors, and the smell is wafting from underneath the doors. Think about the cafeteria. It's a great big room with wooden benches and tables in groups. And when the kids go in for food, they tend to set them in certain groups by age. Paragon, you catch the sight of maybe something moving, and when you look over to see what it is, there's like a black cat, and it is literally disappearing and then reappearing on the other side of you, and it's just bouncing back, and it's looking at you, and it's in attack state, and you feel something watching you from behind, directly behind you, and it feels like it's maybe, gosh, it couldn't be more than maybe a foot at the most away from you. And these two slits in the back of your head open up just a bit, and you are back of your head to snout with a cat. Now you see from behind Paragon's head this tail, this black snaky tail, arch over the top of her head and flick back and forth.
Thank you all for listening once again to Even Footing Games' first and inaugural podcast, Babies and Broadswords. I'm Lee Baldwin, and I'm just a player here, but we have Jason Cassidy, who is our sitter, and we're going to be playtesting our first game. If you've listened to our previous episode, then you know what's going on here, but this is basically an actual play podcast, but it's going to be a little bit different. We're doing some rules testing and some rules discussion. And so we may have some timeouts once in a while to talk about that sort of thing. And we hope you are all okay with that. And we do want to hear your input too. So make sure to contact us about those things.
Beautiful.
Brilliant.
So you are being menaced right now by some sort of very quickly moving animal in the cafeteria. It seems to be hunting Paragon at the very least, most likely maybe all of you. You can only see the one. You hope there is only the one. So nothing, no movement has been made yet. It's simply standing behind Paragon, flipping its tail back and forth.
Can you remind me, were we aware of Paragon being in danger?
She called out, and you all looked over to where she was, and you could just see this tail flipping back and forth behind her. So it looks like she's actually kind of grown a tail from where you're standing. You can't make out whatever is behind her, aside from this tail that's over her head, just kind of.
I believe the last thing that Ignatius said was, Paragon, don't move.
Paragon, are you moving? She's not moving.
So I believe I tried to climb the wall, but failed.
You were trying to scale up the wall. Yeah, you were trying to scale up the wall. Neither of you were big enough to actually reach the counter where the cookies were. You or Isabeau. You didn't make it up, but Isabeau was able to scamper up, I believe. So she's kind of like hanging by her claws on the bar, on the counter, kind of dangling there.
I bet that cookie tray is hot.
Most likely. Yeah.
Isabeau, what are you doing? It's no time for games.
She drops and hisses at you.
Paragon's in trouble. I will slink around to see if I can quietly move around and hopefully not grab the attention of this kitty cat to get a better view of what's going on.
Give me a quiet skill challenge roll.
Yes.
And let me know what you make, and I'll see if you are sneaky enough to just not be picked up by the kitty. Yep.
I will. I only got a 7.
As you start to move yourself slowly, padded foot by padded foot, around to try to get a sight of what's behind Paragon, the tail that she's been kind of lazily flicking back and forth behind her points in your direction. And Paragon, you feel a whoosh of movement behind you. And Ignatius, off to Paragon's left, about 10 feet, is a large black cat. And it's now honed right in on you. It looks like a regular cat. It's not a tabaxi, but it's almost as big as you are. It's huge for a cat. And it sensed your movement and went right. So now it's focused on you. And its tail.
Buddy. That's okay. We're gonna get something yummy. I think it's cookies. I'm not sure. We'll share with you if you be cool, okay? Oh, but cookies taste so good. I'm not lying to you.
How far away is Henry from the cat?
Henry was at the big kids. I'm going to say you guys are in flinging range right now.
Okay. Could Henry start to tell the cat about the wonders of cookies and tell them all about how, scientifically, how they let you do cool stuff, and baking is science, and all the cool things he learned in his book and of course I didn't write it down, but it is a Thorthor ability.
And then there's this one, and she does this.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
Or
That's
the poor
the one.
cat to death.
So
Yes.
yeah, Aaron is using one of the Thorthor special abilities. There's this one, and she does this, which allows her to bore an enemy. Bored is one of our status ailments. So yes, it's cheating. So what does bored do?
Bored
Yes.
would be unable to do a thing until the end of the next turn of the person who bored you.
Okay. And what does that sound like when Henry starts his diatribe about cookies, his polemic?
Cookies are just amazing. They let you do amazing things. And also, I feel like while he's talking, he's getting a little bit more stuffed up because his allergies are not great. Real cats are worse than tabaxis.
Of
and
course.
so he's probably also kind of sneezing and having snot everywhere.
Oh, nice.
Lovely.
It's like, but cookies are science. Baking is science. It's amazing. It lets you do cool things. And I think I pay 2 cookies to do this board.
Yes, you do.
You are showing that cat.
Yes, telling him all about it.
Hey, eat a cookie.
Yeah.
You just shove a cookie in there.
Delicious.
Look at how great they are.
As Henry starts talking, the cat hones in on him. And as Henry continues talking, his voice getting snottier and snottier, it's kind of dripping down. The drip of snot from his old dragon snout, you can see the cat just following it, just up and down, getting almost hypnotized by the Jeroni and the snot drip.
Nasty.
And it kind of starts to slowly put itself down on its back goes down, and it kind of sinks onto its paws, and it kind of does the kitty loaf thing, and its tail kind of slowly twitches back and forth until it finally goes down, and it just kind of stares at you, Henry, and your dripping nose. And it's kind of It's bored. You've hypnotized it with your sore throat ability.
And now I take my grumps because I realized that he was not really listening.
No, neither was anybody else. Actually, everyone else is just kind of like. Oh.
Does the black cat's eyes close while it's bored, or are his eyes still wide open?
They're getting droopy, but it's still
attentive.
Yeah, it's not sleeping. It's just kind of.
I want to slowly move my paw hand in to see if it'll let me pet it.
Okay, so you scooch up a bit there, Ignatius, and you put your paw out and give me a cuteness roll.
9.
Well, that beat the cat. So yeah, he kind of just like hesitantly lets you pet him, and then you find the spot right behind his ears, and he starts purring. And it's not just a purr; it's like somebody started a lawnmower engine. It's like,
yeah,
it's a big cat, and it's just kind of, it's not totally under your control, but it's deigning to let you pet it. And you guys have
roll to see exactly how many pets before you piss it off.
Right.
And then it realizes, wait a second.
Yeah. And you have managed to subdue the kitty without taking any further damage. So that's good.
I make a goofy face and give a big thumbs up to everybody else, like, get those cookies.
Yeah, the cat's distracted. Ignatius has got him well and wrapped up, and Henry's still kind of murmuring about the chemical compound of cookies.
Why don't they think it's amazing that cookies are science?
It is amazing.
It was amazing, Henry. You know, whatever you said, it was really interesting.
I don't believe you.
I really liked the bit about the stuff.
Can I just say that it was at least effective?
Very effective.
If it wasn't interesting, it was at least effective.
Sometimes that's the best you can hope for. Yeah.
Just continue to pet the kitty.
Yep, you gotta keep petting that kitty. Paragon and Daybella, what are you two doing? The kitty threat seems to be at least temporarily neutralized.
I wanted to look around and see. So there's like a counter where I assume that the kids come up and can get porridge, and then there's behind that there's a wall with the window, right?
Right.
The cookies are. Is there anything behind this counter, like at all, or is it just like a table?
Oh, behind the counter?
Yeah, I'm looking for maybe a little step stool or something like that. Or maybe like some spoons. What's back here?
If you get behind the counter into the prep area, you would have to climb over the bench to get there. But from where you are, you can see like a refrigerator and some pantries, some ingredients and stuff like that, and an oven. This is the kitchen prep area behind it. So chances are the cook does all of her prep work behind this counter, Yeah, and then just puts it right onto the counter where it can be doled out by the nurses, and the kids can grab it.
Imagining more like a window in the wall, but okay, I got it now.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it is a window in the wall, but behind that area,
yeah, okay,
you can see the kitchen.
Okay, so can we? Is there like stools at the tables? Maybe we could push one over to the window and climb a little bit easier.
All of the tables have benches, long benches. So you could probably push one of the benches over, especially now that you've got the kitty subdued, but it'll probably take a couple of you working together because these are big, long wooden benches.
Let's push the bench. No, I'm going to walk over to one and try and push it. I can't do it. I need help.
I'm a mighty dragon. I can help you, Daybella.
Okay, so anybody else helping?
Yeah, I will have been backing away from the cat as it's calming down and sort of making my way over towards Daybella.
Probably smart. The three of you give me adventurousness rolls. These are muscly rolls. So if you have anything that helps muscly challenges, it's a good time to use it. And because there's three of you, we'll lower the threshold. So if I get 2 successes, we'll say the bench is moved.
In this situation, would I be able to, I have the ability, look at me, I can help. which
Mm-hmm.
costs 2 grumpy, and I can assist with a skill roll. So I can make the same roll and add half my score to one of their scores rather than making the roll myself.
Then roll your own? Sure, you can do that if you'd like. Yep.
I got 8 total.
I got a 9.
Yes.
I rolled a 6 too. I'm just not very adventurous.
I got 7, so rounding up or down?
We'll round up.
Round up. Okay, so
We'll be
4
friendly to the kids. Yeah.
So I will add 4 to one of their rolls then.
Okay.
To Daybella's then. 'Cause
Yeah,
I got a
Mine's lower,
9.
so we got a 12 and a 9.
9 was the magic number I was looking for. So that works.
Hey.
Good job.
As the two of them start to move, Henry is pushing from the back, Daybell is pushing from the front, and Paragon is just kind of like pushing Henry. She's not touching the bench, she's just pushing him.
I'm helping.
I'm helping. The bench does start to move, and it makes a loud grinding noise. And the cat perks up. Jimmy, give me another cuteness roll. This cat is suddenly attentive again.
Okay, I'm going to double down, eat a cookie, and say,
Okay.
"Ain't I a stinker?" So that'll take whenever.
And what will that accomplish?
That gives me a +2 to my cuteness.
Okay. And this is a special ability of the sneaky pants.
Ain't I a stinker? I needed it. I end up with an 8.
Let's see what the kitty does here. This is just a contested roll, so it's Jimmy's cuteness versus the kitty's cuteness. All monsters have different stats, the same as characters, and so on these special powers, we'll do contested rolls. Where is my blinky kitty? Yeah. He got a 10.
I was concerned about that.
So the kitty perks up. He gets back up on his paws, and he gives you a swipe, Ignatius. Not a claws are still
One
in.
pet too many.
Yeah, one pet too many. It's more like you're bothering me, kid. All right.
The warning swipe.
The warning swipe. Yeah. His claws are still in. It's just more of a get away. Go.
Okay. I hear you. I don't like it all the time either.
And he starts to pad his way over to where the noise is coming from, which is the bench on the other end. I'm noisy. But he's not necessarily aggressive, but he's getting more assertive. His back is hunching up a little. And you can swear that he doesn't seem, now that you're looking at him, he's not disappearing. He's just moving very quickly from side to side in short bursts. He's not displacing. He's just shifting from paw to paw very fast. And it almost looks like, if you weren't paying attention, it would look like he was just going from place to place, but he's really just like zip, 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 zip with every step. And he's padding over towards where the noise is. The three of you have managed to get the bench at least to the point where you've got maybe a good foot between the end of the bench and the cookies when there's a rush and the cat jumps up on the bench. And Daybella, he's about 6 inches from your face.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to go aggressive or not. I'm trying not to be too aggressive as a baby.
It's a big
Look
cat.
at that kitty.
Yeah. I'm going to take out my balloon and boop it on the nose. Just sort of like try and push it away a little bit. Boop.
There's some static electricity between the cat and the balloon. He gets a little zap on his nose and it rears back and kind of wipes at the balloon.
I let go of it.
The balloon hovers for a moment and then starts to, it doesn't float up, it floats sideways. And the cat is following the balloon.
Is there a string on the end of it?
There is a string on the end of it.
Yes.
And it swats at the balloon and the balloon goes boing, and then it rolls back and the cat follows the balloon. And Daybella, you kind of move your hand further away from your body with the balloon, and the cat follows the balloon and he swats at it again, and the balloon bounces back, and the cat gets up on his paws, and he's in the classic pouncing phase of things, and he jumps off the bench onto the balloon, and for a second the balloon holds his weight and he's just like sprawled on the balloon, and then the balloon rolls over and the cat takes it with him, and the cat's on the ground, and it is the balloon, which is a red balloon that never pops. It's a Warwalk special item.
Even with kitty claws.
It's almost playing with the balloon now. It's scratching at it with its claws. It's got its claws out. It's trying to bite it, and the balloon's not popping. So the cat is playing on the ground with the balloon, and the balloon seems to be playing with the cat. This is something that you have noticed, Daybella, that the balloon tends to have some sort of agency of its own. But for now, it's causing a distraction to the cat. The cat is having the time of its life wrestling with this balloon. It's not paying attention to you kids anymore.
Nice. Let's go get cookies. I gotta get my balloon back. I need that. But we'll worry about that later.
Yeah, good luck. I don't think Kitty's gonna give up the balloon anytime soon. So yeah, you guys, you've managed to get the bench. You're like right up to the counter.
As a mighty dragon, does anybody need a boost? I'm very, very, very mighty.
Just give me a quick boost.
Okay, push her up.
Yep. Daybella, you can scamper up okay, and Henry gives you enough of a boost that you are now standing on the bench, which you are not allowed to do.
I am looking up like this, the plus in one hand, the other hand ready to catch her. It's not going to work, but I'm doing my best.
Seeing the precarious situation, Ignatius will also run over to help Spot.
Okay. So all of the kids are now around the bench with their little pudgy hands up in case Daybella takes a tumble. Daybella, you suddenly realize you're basically on a balance beam for all intents and purposes. And if you're going to get to those cookies at the edge of the bench, it's going to take a little bit of. So I need you to make me a nimble roll. Yep, I need a nimbly.
That's based on adventurousness as well.
That is also based on your adventurousness.
That is unfortunate. Yeah, that's a 4.
Quick, Paragon, Ignatius, Daybella's going down. She's starting to totter off. Give me adventurousness rolls to see if you can catch her. I want nimbles. You gotta get under there.
You ever heard a kid's head hit the ground? It's the worst sound.
Ooh, it is the worst sound.
Oh, I experienced that this week. It was horrible.
It's just like,
Big old egg on his head.
Got a 12.
I got a 6.
That 12 will do it.
Best roll of the day.
The 6 would have not. Daybella,
I attempt to catch her and just fall back on my butt instead.
The move out of the way catch? Is that what that was?
Daybella, you go back, you fall off, and Ignatius is there, and he's got his little paws out, and you're about the same size. He's not going to catch you, but he breaks your fall enough that you don't take any damage. But while you're going down, your little hoof kind of flings out. Or no, you're a firbolg.
I'm a firbolg. No.
Yeah, what do firbolgs have? I guess they just got
they
big
don't have
feet.
hooves, do they?
Yeah.
It's so big. I have huge feet.
Yeah, big old feet.
Yeah, they got like.
It's not feet. Yeah.
Big kid feet.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think they have big feet like Bigfoot's, like they're Sasquatch or something almost.
Yeah, they got big feet. I have big feet.
So your big old grown-up feet kind of kick out, and you clock Paragon right in the noggin. All 4 of her eyes on her face go wide as she sees this giant foot clinging towards her. And Paragon, you go on your butt, and you're going to take 1 ouchie.
Sorry.
The reason Paragon's getting an ouchie is because she rolled under the threshold that we were looking for. Not just rolled under, she rolled significantly under what I was looking for.
I'm not very adventurous.
Same.
She put everything in cuteness.
She did, and when it comes to being cute, yep, she's on top of things. But
number 1, yeah,
she's number one cute kid. Now she's number 1 cute kid with a bump on her butt and a face full of firbolg foot.
Bumpy butt.
Bumpy butt.
Oh.
So you all kids realize, maybe the bench will take someone with a little better balance to get across.
Daybell's just kind of sitting on the ground. She's, I'm gonna take a break. You guys do it.
Yes. I feel like I've done enough.
I tried twice now and I fell both times.
Izzy's gonna jump on her brother's shoulders and try to get up that way, and then use her like little kitten claws to try to climb.
I hear cats have superior balance though, so maybe Izzy can get the cookies.
Yeah, get up there, Isabella.
Even if you fall, you land on your feet.
I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't know my own fifth name.
Only I was a cat in real life.
Yes, Isabeau, you've just watched Daybella climb up to a bench that everyone managed to push over and then fall off and kick Paragon in the face, which was funny, to be fair.
Sorry about your butt, Paragon.
It's like, all right, amateur hour is over, kids. Isabeau just scampers up Ignatius's back like they've done 100 times, gets up on the bench. Give me an adventure, give me a nimble roll to see if you can traverse the bench.
All right, and this is one that I can use my thing on, right? I think.
Which is your thing?
I think I have forward roll.
Oh yeah.
Forward roll would be, yes, you could use forward roll as your
Would be very good.
which would give you a +3. You can use perks once per rest. So this would be your one time.
This is a good time to mention how we've made a change to that rule.
Yes.
So we have gone from what we were doing before, adding a D4, I believe, with those to adding a standard +3 so that we've eliminated that D4. I think we talked about that a little bit last week.
A little bit, yes.
But we've been play testing that and I do like it.
So now you just need a D6 for this game.
Right, right. And it makes the perk actually worthwhile. It's because when we were doing the D4, you could still roll that 1 and it really wouldn't help.
Doesn't really affect,
Yeah.
A +3. It's like almost auto win.
Oh, it's pretty close too. Yeah.
I got an 11.
That'll do
Nice.
it by far. Yep, boom. So Isabeau just not only she's on the catwalk, she's sauntering, she's sashaying, she's like, ooh, look at how well I balance. She does a somersault.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Just casually.
Does she do the hair flip too?
Yeah.
She does her hair toss. She checks her nails. Yeah.
Yep.
Baby, how you doing? Yeah.
Lizabella.
And she
That's
never
very good.
breaks eye contact with Daybella the
anyone.
entire time. Yeah,
Yep.
She's just like,
Wow.
Watch what I can do.
And sure enough, Isabeau, you get to the end of the bench, and there is a gap of about a foot maybe between the end of the bench and the counter, and you just jump right on up on the counter. Like, don't even boom, I'm up. You take a second to preen and groom yourself a little bit.
Yep.
And you're right next to the cookies. The pan you can still feel the warmth coming off of the pan. It's cooled down enough.
So it's not hot, so I can just dump all the cookies in my bag.
That's exactly what you can do.
Yeah, I put it right in my pillowcase. Just the whole sheet.
Here's the bow. You got shadows.
Yeah, but we gotta get
Again.
it down.
Not breaking eye contact. Just lifts up and dumps all of the cookies. Slide. You can hear them slide.
And then pushes the pan off the counter.
And then just pushes the pan off. Just pushes the pan off. Boom, clatters. All of your friends are staring at you with their eyes wide, and just you can see the drool as you waft the cookie bag in front of them. You've got the kitchen area behind you where you've never been to before. This is a whole new vantage point for you. You can see the whole cafeteria.
Ooh, I'm looking and I'm like, look at all there's stuff back there, guys.
There's stuff back there.
I can't get up there.
Do you think there are more cookies?
Maybe.
I'd never known them to make cookies before.
That sounds impossible. This is probably all the cookies that exist.
Yeah, they gotta come from somewhere. Oh, yeah.
These are all the cookies everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they come from the kitchen.
Well, then maybe we should go check that out.
Okay. I will try to is there anything on the counter that I can use to help pull people up?
Give me a precociousness roll.
good. This is my strength.
This would be a crafty roll.
Searching?
Yeah. So
Okay. So I got a 6. Nope, 7. Just
a 7.
Yeah.
Good. That'll do it. We have ranges on things that we came up with. Timeout, big kid timeout. We have ranges on things that we came up with based on how difficult an activity would be for a kid. So things like opening a door or climbing on a stool are pretty easy. Picking something up. Most kids can do those sorts of things. So those have a smaller range.
So like a 7.
It's like a 7 to 9 is that range. Is that sweet spot?
Well, I was going to say about these skill challenges. So we have a bunch. Do we want to add like a searching one? Because searching comes up so often. I mean, we have crafty, but we could have maybe like one that's just like look around or something like that. Or
Okay.
During playtesting,
what do you see? Yeah.
We had talked about possibly having like a luck score or something and use that for like searching or because we did use a lot of precociousness to search in
I just think it should
games.
have its own skill name,
Yeah.
if anything.
Okay.
We don't
It's
wanna
like that's
fall-
like half the you do in D stuff
It's
you
true,
do
yeah,
in D&D. Is look around. Sorry, my bad.
We don't want to fall into the conundrum that some other games have that we won't mention that rely on one stat so much more than the others, like dexterity.
True.
So,
True.
Yeah.
and that right now, I feel like that is precociousness. That's one of the notes I've got from.
It really is. It does do a lot. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Okay.
I was gonna say I feel like cuteness is maybe the underpowered one.
Yeah.
It's really just persuasion stuff. And if you're not playing a face, then it doesn't really matter.
We could expand what cuteness means, and I don't know if I would want to change that word, but if we can find a word that's a little more all-encompassing, I was
just going to suggest a new skill challenge, not changing the base stat, just so that we could also have a knack that goes with it, or something like that.
If we do a new skill challenge, it'll have to be invariably tied to one of the big 3.
One of the big 3. Yeah. So we could tie it to cuteness. I'm just trying to think how
With
it
your
would
big
tie.
old cute eyes, see better.
Yeah.
You can see better with your big old cute eyes.
What big eyes do you have?
A big eye
Guys
is
is
a
actually pretty
great
good.
name.
Yeah.
Eyes you have would also be like really good for like a quirk or something that enhances it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
the
a
necks,
big eye
yeah.
neck. Yeah. All right. Let me make a note of that. That's
Neck,
good.
We can at least test it out.
We can try it out.
We can
Yeah.
figure it out. If people are like, that makes no sense, then we can readjust. But also, I feel like kids that are super cute know that they're super cute, so they're better at finding trouble too.
They're more sure they're going to get out of it. Yeah.
Yes.
It could be it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just tend to feel like the cuteness ability is underpowered compared to precociousness
It
and
gets used
adventurousness.
less.
Yeah.
Adventurousness and precociousness for sure get the most rolls. I mean, unless you're dealing with adults, you know?
Yeah, we could switch it. So quiet is based on your cuteness, which I think we could switch out with precocious. Like it should be based on your precociousness because you're being sneaky. And we can make the search one based on your cuteness instead. So it's still 2 each. And these are ones that'll come out more often.
Okay.
We could maybe even use nimble as our.
Or we could just have a third one for each, but
We'd have to think of 2 more though.
Yeah, like searching is going to be more,
it's just going to come up more than maybe the other new ones.
which will balance it a little bit.
Yeah,
Right.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
So add third.
Yeah. I'm going to add that to my
Yeah,
notes.
because that's
as
what I
well.
would say is the main problem is that like the things that you need to do to be cute don't come up nearly as often as the other
Right.
ones.
Right.
Yeah, you're really only using that when other adults are around, or maybe if you're trying to extort things out of kids.
Mm-hmm.
Other
Mhm.
kids.
Yeah, and it is one of the more fun ones to use. That's the thing.
Jimmy used his cuteness to keep out of that fight with that cat. So I mean, it's not
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Hmm.
Yeah. But
It's
like I
not
said, I just thought we
unused.
could try it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
No, I think that's a good.
To
I think
me,
that's a good
it doesn't
idea.
make sense that quiet is based on cuteness, but I always imagine that's dex, and so I think adventurousness or precociousness.
Right. And my thinking was where Jenna was coming from. The quiet kids are the ones who get away with things. So your
No,
cuteness
I
gets
get
you
that,
away with
but
things. Yeah.
yeah.
So maybe it's just a bad name for what that stat is. Yeah.
That's one thing that did come up in play testing with several of the players I've had. I've run 4 different play tests now, and a couple of people had brought up that they weren't sure about the names of things and the way that they were organized, and that falls right into this. And then everyone else started chiming in. They're like, "Yeah, I kind of wondered about that," and so we went to the book and we talked about it, and some people were satisfied and some were not.
Yeah, I'm not married to the names of pretty much anything. So if there's another name or description that makes more sense to what we're trying to accomplish with that skill or ability, then by all means we can change it. The big three, I'm sold on. I like.
No,
the
we
sound
should keep
of them,
those.
but yeah,
I don't think we should
Yeah.
change those. Yeah.
I was when I was doing monsters earlier, I was also finding that I felt like not enough of our monster classes were weak to precociousness or adventurousness,
but not cuteness.
weak.
Yeah, and most kids are not gonna pick fights with adults, but having played the game as much as I've done, that's not necessarily always true.
Yeah, that is not always true, as I have.
Having worked with kids, that is not necessarily true.
Yes, right. Allie actually has experience as a kindergarten teacher. Yeah. And Jenna looks for every excuse that she can to pick a fight with adults.
There's a certain owl bear that constantly fights adults.
Constantly fights adults.
Yeah.
I think Jenna and my friend who played yesterday are birds of a feather because he plays just like you. We got to the end of the adventure and he said, "Let's play this game," and wanted to start a fight where you clearly shouldn't fight.
Yeah.
He was trying to pick a fight with the elemental fairy or whatever. It's like, no.
He got blown back to the material world and then picked a fight with 3 nurses. And buddy, I don't know.
And they were just hanging out, you know?
He just walked up to them.
Let's do this thing. Yeah.
He got sacked. There's no doubt. He got sacked. All right, big kid time in.
Big kid time in. We're back into it. Isabeau, you have just knocked off the cookie tray and you're telling everybody, "Oh, look at all this stuff." You don't see anything on the counter though that looks like it'll help everybody get back up onto the counter with you.
Okay.
Isabeau, lower your tail.
No. Isabel says no. He reaches down, she said, "Hand me your pillowcase."
Okay, I hand my pillowcase up.
Okay. And then I tie some knots on it, like I'm doing something, but I don't really know what I'm doing.
You're like just rolling them
Just made
together
a
like you're tying a knot. Yeah.
And then I like lower it down.
Yeah, Henry kind of comes up behind Augustus, Julius, Erwin, whatever his name is, and pushes him up.
Give me a muscly challenge there, Henry, to lift Ignatius up. And Ignatius, are you grabbing onto the lowered pillowcase?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I got a 9.
That'll get him up.
You are mighty indeed.
I am a mighty dragon.
Ignatius, you grab onto the pillowcase and you dig your claws into the wood of the counter, and you scramble yourself up. And when you get up, you realize that Isabeau hasn't really been holding the pillowcase. She's just kind of like standing on it and just not really paying attention. So
one little cat paw bean.
Yeah,
like, used to it. Yeah.
Like had Henry not been so mighty, you would have fallen right on your butt. No issue there. And she looks both surprised and disappointed to see you up there with her. So the two tabaxis are up on the counter now, staring down at the rest of you.
Pull me up.
I'm gonna lay down on my belly and reach both paws down as far as I can, and say, "Isabeau, you better help hold me."
All right, I grab his tail.
Ah!
Ow!
Henry helps Paragon and Daybella as well.
Yep, no problem. Between each of the kids, you managed to get yourselves up. So everyone manages to get up except for Henry, because there's no one to lift Henry up. And frankly, Henry is a dragon, so he's on the big side.
I was gonna say, I think I could probably get up on the bench by myself. I could try.
Give me a nimble roll. See if you can get it scramble up on that bench.
Hey, I got a 9.
You got on that bench. Henry, you were the smart one. You didn't get on the end of the bench and walk across the bench. You got on the end of the bench that was right next to the counter because you are so smart.
Oh, good.
Nobody else thought to do that, but Henry is the smart one. And you're big enough.
And mighty.
And you're big enough, Henry, to just you just stand up on your back legs and just kind of fall forward and you grab onto the counter and then heft yourself up. Your little wings flap and give you just a little extra boost.
Just a little extra.
Just a little.
Guys, can you see? Are they coming in?
You're flying. You're flying.
They're getting bigger, aren't they?
Oh yeah,
definitely.
I
gotta work them out to get the muscles strong.
Yeah. Gotta practice.
Okay, let's look at the kitchen now.
You're all on the counter and there's no room to move on the counter. It's not very big and you're all taking a lot of space. So
I jumped down.
Okay, jump on down.
Into the kitchen.
Well,
Yeah, I do a cat fall and land straight on my feet. Like superhero landing to back.
Oh, like the 3-point Black Widow. Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The superhero landing, yeah.
Everyone goes.
I jump and I jump right onto Isabeau.
And sure enough, you flatten her like a pancake. Her 3-point landing is now a spread eagle splatter.
Oops, sorry.
Oops, sorry.
It's such a joke.
Paragon and Henry, are you leaping off the counter as well?
Henry is a little worried that he will not be able to get back up. And so he kind of
Bella did not think about that.
Henry is kind of thinking about staying so that he can help people back up. And he's like, I'm gonna keep a watch out.
All right, because you can just like flap your way back up again.
Yeah, you can fly. You can totally fly.
It's easy for you.
That's true.
And then we could ride on your back.
Dragon rider. Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
I mean, that is cool.
Henry, it's the coolest.
Okay, with all this persuasion, Henry's going to he's really excited. He's going to try and fly down.
Oh no.
Amazing.
He's gonna glide.
Oh, this.
What kind of roll is this?
Give me a cuteness roll on this one.
Oh,
We're gonna use that cuteness.
This is This is a young dragon leaping into his future for the first time. It's a thing of magnificence.
It will be super cute.
Guys,
I promise.
it is a thing of magnificence because I have a 5.
Oh,
You fly like a walk.
like a turkey, just like.
Henry pulls back and he leaps and he spreads his wings and he leaps into the air. And for a moment, you don't even have the moment. He just plummets like a rock right off the bat. Boom!
Oh.
Ignatius will try to catch.
There's you don't want it. Preservation takes hold of
You don't
all
wanna
of you.
catch
Get
a
out
dragon.
of the way. Yeah, he's 3 times as big as most of you. So you're just like,
Just
"No."
scramble out of
Go.
Your friends part like the Red Sea, and you just take 2 ouchies for.
Did I fly?
Oh, it was unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Never seen nobody fly like that.
Yeah, I've never seen nothing like that before.
That's
Nothing. You are amazing. It's
Is it
honor.
Incredible.
whatever drawers or cabinets there are, like while they're talking about the flying, Izzy's like,
Have you already lost interest in it?
yes. Toddler or kitten would.
Aaron, lose 1 point of grump damage because your friends were nice enough to make you feel better about your terrible falling. Except
Compliments
for,
heal grumps.
except for Isabeau. Yeah, what a jerk.
Falling with style.
That's just how she is,
Falling
guys.
with style.
She's easily distracted. It's moment to moment with Isabel.
That's why they give her the Ritalin.
That's why everybody always says, God love her, because somebody.
Yeah,
got
God
to.
love her. Oh, bless her
Forgot to
heart.
give her meds again.
Yeah. Oh, she cheek pouched him like the cats do. Yep.
Thank you for listening to Even Footing Games. As a new podcast, reviews really help us grow our reach. If you would like to contact us or give us feedback on Babies and Broadswords, you can reach us on Facebook or Instagram at Even Footing Games or email us at evenfootinggames@gmail.com. We would like to take some time to thank our new patrons, Bob, Robin, Mary Liz, and Kathy. If you want additional content, like episodes and early access to Babies and Broadswords, the game, you can also support us on Patreon. On January 21st through the 23rd, Even Footing Games will be at the Ice and Dice Convention in Cincinnati, Ohio. We'd love for you to stop by and say hi to us at our booth or at one of our panels. Thank you, as always, to the gentlemen for the use of their song Rubber Ball in our show. Now let's get back to it.
So everyone else is patting Henry on the back and telling him what a great flyer he was, even though secretly everybody knows wasn't a good flyer at all, except for Isabeau, who was already poking around. You find a chest of a bureau of drawers, Isabeau, that you paw open, and they are mostly full of glass containers of some kinds of powders, like different kinds of.
I open one.
Give me a precociousness. Give me just a straight precociousness check on this one.
6.
The powder gets in your nose and you sneeze. It's cute, but then it also sprays more powder everywhere, which makes you sneeze even more. So you get caught in a sneezing fit, and you're going to take 1 point of tummy ache damage.
Oh.
The powder is very, very. It smells like onions a lot, which you have smelled, not because you guys ever get to eat them, but the nurses will and the janitors will eat onion sandwiches, so you recognize the smell because it comes off their breaths.
Peanut butter and onion sandwiches.
Yeah.
I keep looking through the drawers because I'm like, this one doesn't have anything in it.
All right, so you bypass the 2 drawers of powders. The 3rd drawer seems to be some sort of junk drawer, just odds and ends. Let's see if your big eyes can find something good. Why don't you give me a cuteness roll?
Can I look in the drawers after she goes through them? See if
Yes, you may all look in the drawers. Yep.
I want the stinky onion powder.
Yeah, she once she started. Yeah, she threw that away. So she's like, yeah.
Yeah.
So Lee, you have 1 bottle of stinky onion powder.
Nice. How many slots do I have? Sorry.
This is something that I think we're going back and forth on whether or not we're actually going to have item slots, but I think we decided that item management was a thing to keep. Just
at least in the big kid rules.
At least in the big kid rules, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if we are going by big kid rules, which I think we are because we are big kids, what is your adventurousness, Lee?
2.
It's a 2. You can carry four items.
Okay.
Not including your 2 starting items. Those don't count against your score. So this would be one of your carrying items. Yeah, this would go against your
stinky onion powder.
Stinky onion powder. It's yours. Isabeau, what'd you roll?
I got a 10.
A 10. Nice roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the cute.
You are a cutie.
I know.
I know.
I'm a cutie kitten.
About all she got going for her.
Isabeau, you see pencils. Like, I don't need a pencil. I can't write anything. You see rubber bands, and you scratch through all the stuff that you don't think is necessary. But your little kitty ears and nose perks up at, ooh, and you find a wishbone.
Ooh.
It could be a chicken bone. It could be a turkey bone. It could be a person bone. You don't know what people's bones look like inside, but you know it's a bone.
Be a big wishbone.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is a weird bone that you can, if you use it, you can use it once. It will give you +1 to any precociousness based roll that you have to make. It's a single use item. and it will count against your item limit. So it's
I put it in
weird
the pillowcase.
bone. All right. On top of all of those cookies. So now all of your cookies are going to have weird bone flavor on top of them.
Yum.
Can Henry search through the junk drawer?
Yes, he absolutely can. Give me a roll. Give me a
I want to look through the fridge at some point, but
Okay.
I can wait.
6.
A 6. You find it's a picture that somebody painted. It's about it's about like 3 by 5, so it's almost 3 by 5 inches. It's almost a portrait of a puppy. It's a cute puppy. It's wearing a little sailor suit.
Puppies are ugly.
Allie's drawing it right now.
Actually, I'm drawing a puppy right now, but it's not that cute.
It's gonna be now.
You know, Aaron, that the lunch lady is a knoll. She's a dog person, so this might be maybe her grandson or maybe even her as a kid. But if you want to hold on to the picture of the puppy, it's a single-use item, and when you use it, when you stare at it really hard, you lose 2 grumps. It removes 2 grump points.
Ooh.
And then it disappears in your hand.
Well, then it just doesn't. You don't care
do
about it
for you
anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't
I guess
do it for you anymore.
Can we pass it around?
I'm still deciding on that whether magic
Pass
items
the
can be
puppy.
passed around like that.
Pass,
Yeah.
pass, puppy.
Yeah,
Did you
pet
get
puppy pass.
puppy? Yeah.
Hey,
Guys,
pass it to the left.
pass that puppy. Come on. Daddy's feeling grumpy. Could use that puppy. What would we think? What would we think about big timeout about magic items being able to be used multiple times by
I think
different
that's
people?
I think it's got to be like a special kind of
Situational.
magical item.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah, it's just going to depend on what the item is, whether or not
Right.
you want to
Maybe you
allow
like
that.
drool on it and it gets like messed up after you look at it.
something happens to it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So permanent magic items you can share with your friends, but single use are single use, and then it's done.
Yep.
Okay, that works. That's what my initial intention had been. So we'll keep that then. All right.
Yeah.
Time back in. All right. Jay Bella, you are interested in the refrigerator in the ice box.
The ice box.
I need you to go ahead and open it up for me, which you do, no problem.
Oh, okay. It's just
There
like,
is
oh, God.
there is a suction noise as you open it up, and there is hanging in the ice box just a big hunk of meat. Just
What
one,
is
like
that?
it's just like a giant leg of something. It's an animal. It's not humanoid, but it's
I was going to ask if it had toes.
it's not like
Well, that's
that.
what's back keys in the party.
Yeah, it's not 2-legged pork. It's just it's just an animal haunch of some kind of meat.
Never give us meat.
And as you get closer, Daybella, and you're sniffing at it, and you notice there is writing on the side of the haunch. Like there's something blue ink of some kind on the side of this haunch of meat.
What's it say?
Give me a precocious, give me a brainy roll, see if you can make it out.
Is that based on precociousness?
That's based on your precociousness. Yep.
That's gonna be a 10 total.
It says somebody is stamped on it. It says save for head nurse birthday.
I think we should give to the cat so I can get my balloon back.
Ooh, that's a good idea, Daybella.
Daybella, there is a whooshing sound behind you, and all of a sudden you are surrounded in darkness.
Ah, beans. That's not good.
And the fridge door has swung closed behind you.
Oh no!
Just like hitting the door. Open.
And where'd Daybella go? What's she doing? You no time for hide and seek. Time. Gotta see where Daybella went.
Daybella, give me an adventurousness roll.
He's great at these.
It's a 3.
Oh.
It is dark. It is very closed off now. The door is closed, and there's this stinky piece of meat that's just kind of swinging against your face.
Oh.
Big grumps.
So many grumps.
Take 2 grumps, and you are scared right now. It's another one of our status. I'm going to pull it up right now and let you know. When you are scared,
Scare characters have a -1 on defensive rolls until the end of their next turn.
so it's more a combat thing. So I think we'll probably need to
Okay.
add an out of combat as well.
Yeah. Yeah, add some meat to that for sure.
Right. So maybe that -1 is just
Not this meat.
maybe that -1 is to any roll until you are not scared anymore. That might,
Yeah.
that
Okay.
might make more sense. Okay. So
Yeah, I'm just kind of like hitting the door. Good. It's muffled.
yeah.
Help.
Is that something we hear from inside or no?
Give me you guys give me adventurousness rolls as well.
And
Hey.
I got an 8 for adventures.
Okay. What else would
Better.
everybody get?
4.
Okay.
I'm dying in here apparently.
You're just not adventurous enough to save you. I'm sorry.
I rolled a 1, so it's
Yeah, same.
good.
The twins got you. It's fine.
I got a 4 for a total of 6. No, I'm sorry, a 4 for a total of 10.
Okay, first roll 10. Okay, I was gonna say, ooh,
I have
I
a
was looking
6
for a
there,
9. Okay.
Oh, well.
So good thing, Ignatius, you've been just kind of leaning against various surfaces, trying to look cool
And succeeding, I must
and
say.
succeeding.
Wise.
You're like, is this how a cool big kid leans against?
What I hear.
No, you look
Let's do-
stupid, Ignatius.
While everyone else is digging around,
Speak for yourself.
His name
that's
is
why-
Augustus.
and that's
Thank
why you
you.
hear.
Ignatius. I was there when he was born.
It was Julius.
That works too. I'll be Julius.
And that's when you hear
What the?
a little whimpering coming from the
Is there
ice
a
chest
ghost?
that you were leaning against. Yeah.
I don't think it's a ghost.
There's an icebox ghost.
I put 2 and 2 together. I got 3, and I'm gonna open this icebox. And I think that's Debella in there. Pull it.
Ignatius pops open the ice chest, and you just see Daybella, and her eyes are wide, and there's snot
I'm
and
crying.
tears running, and snot and tears just rolling down her face.
Oh, I give Daybella a hug.
Oh,
I
that
saved
helps.
you.
And you pull her out of the ice chest, and let that be a lesson, kids.
I'll go
Yeah,
in
stay out of-
refrigerators.
learn from
Don't go to
Daybella's
refrigerators.
mistakes.
No,
And
grab the
Cookie
meat
Roosters.
first.
Yeah,
I grabbed the meat.
grab them. That thing is as big as you are. Yeah.
Well, I want to at least like cut off a chunk if I can or something. Can I like rip a piece off?
I got a pokey fork. You could try to.
You got to
whip
find
something
some.
up.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to find something to.
You want to use my pokey fork?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my pokey fork.
I'm trying like tear off a piece, just sort of hack
Yeah.
at it with the fork.
Yeah,
and
you kind of
get
hack at it
piece
with a
of stuff.
fork, and you. The fork is like the tines are all over the. Like they're not.
Oh yeah, I definitely have bent that
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah,
clean
they're-
cut.
No, it's not a clean cut. The tines are all bent off, but you do manage
You're
to like
shredding.
chip. Yeah, you manage to chip off a piece like you're making pulled pork.
Some donor.
Right. Yeah, some donor. Oh, you are what you eat. All right. So yes, you do manage to shred off some meat of this hunk of whatever it is, and you've got a few shreds in your hands. You are very, very, very sure that you're keeping your foot against the fridge door, and making sure that Ignatius is standing there as well, so
Yeah.
that the
Yeah.
door
I
does
got
not.
my,
I have
my
a friend
paw
now.
on it, yeah.
Yeah. So
Got
does
you.
not swing shut again, but you manage to get a couple of pieces of meat, so you can just put it on your inventory.
Yeah.
Shreds
So
of
go
meat.
trade it for my balloon back.
Shredded meat. Once you guys figure out how to get out of here, yeah.
We'll decide.
There's gotta be a door
Oh, they'll
somewhere.
be fine.
Obviously, I'm going to try and fly
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course.
Obviously.
Of course.
because I did
Obviously.
such a good job.
You've always
Before.
flown twice.
You did something.
Did do something. That's
Did a thing.
Guys, you told me how good my wings were working, so I'm gonna try again. So I want to take kind of a running leap at the counter.
Oh, this is gonna go well.
Give me another. Oh boy, give me an adventurousness roll this time because you really gotta get the wings flapping.
Okay, I'm also because I'm gonna try. I'm gonna add my big boned to this because
this is a knack. Yeah.
Which actually hinders you.
Yes.
I don't...
Nah, she's got the avian bones.
Yeah.
They're late.
Big hollow
Hollow
bones.
Big hollow bird
So-
bones.
with my big boned +2, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's a 7.
Oh.
Looking good, Emily.
Henry gets a run
You
back.
can do it.
He flicks his tail. He runs and he leaps, and his wings are flapping. And they manage to carry him about 2 feet right into the wall underneath the counter where he just kind of.
Oh,
But-
no.
Henry, you did fly.
Hey.
Technically, you maintained a steady
getting better.
heights. You just didn't quite
2
get high
feet.
enough. Yep.
Yes.
That was
It was
amazing.
so close. Do I have to take any ouchies?
It's good
No,
practice.
not that time. Not that time. But that thump of Henry hitting the wall kind of let you all turn to look at what is. Oh, ouch! And that's why you notice the sound of the cafeteria door opening. And there's a voice that says, "Scotchy, why are you playing with that balloon?" And it's the voice. It's not a grown-up voice. It sounds like the voice of one of the bigger kids. You hear the sound of a cat no longer playing with the balloon and kind of patting over to the voice. And Daybelly, your balloon floats through the open window and towards you and kind of like stops in front of you.
Nice. I got it. Tie it to my wrist.
You hear feet. Someone walking over. It sounds like multiple people.
Quick, hide.
Help! Help! I'm stuck, guys. Help!
Hide.
Help! Help, guys! Big kids, I need help.
No.
So Daybell is trying to hide and Isabel's like, no.
Ignatius is looking for another way out of this kitchen because he thinks that adults don't climb through windows. So
They don't climb through windows, right? And there is, in fact, a door on the other side of the room.
go open it.
It's higher than you can reach. You gotta find a way.
Overheal guide.
Okay.
You hear another voice, lower this time. Hey, Jacques, where'd all the cookies go? I thought she was supposed to have our cookies for us now. And Jacques goes, I think somebody who owns the balloon probably stole our cookies.
I try and hold the balloon down.
And I think they are probably still in the kitchen. And you see this face kind of jump up on the bench. The face doesn't jump on them, but it like looks over. They're tall enough to kind of look over. And the first face you see is this kid about 12 years old, which means he's almost about aged out. He's probably got another year before he's got to leave the orphanage. And he's got just the beginnings of a really wispy little pencil thin mustache. And you can see where he's obviously tried to fill in the gaps with like a pencil or something. But he's obviously he keeps
It's real tough.
kind of
We got a
he
word for a
keeps,
guy like that.
yeah.
Not going to
He
say it on
keeps
this show.
working at it, but he's obviously takes a lot of time to groom those 6 or 7 mustache hairs that he's managed to grow in. The second head is a half orc. He's all green, and he's got his jaw juts out like his lower jaw juts out like an extra foot almost from his face. He's got a huge underbite. And then the third face is this kind of nebbish looking kid in glasses. It's half elf, and he's wearing a wizard hat cocked off to an angle. And they see the 5 of you, and they smile, but it's not a malicious smile. It's like, oh, hey kids, you're having an adventure. It's like that kind of,
Izzy just starts purring and says, we're stuck. Can you help us?
Jacques, who's obviously the leader, the one with the mustache, he's like, "Hey, you little ones got yourselves into a bit of a scrap back there, huh?"
Izzy, the door.
Okay. And then I try to get on Iggy's back again to open the door.
Okay. You can get up there, no problem. Give me an adventurousness to see if you can turn the knob.
Your little cat hands.
So, yeah, with my little cat hands. I got 9.
You do manage to open the door.
Oh, okay. False alarm. I got it.
The main kid looks over to the orc and goes, "Hey, Luca, go get our little friends. We don't want them to get in trouble." Yeah. And the half orc goes, "Okay," and he heads out of the room. Meanwhile, the wizard kid in the wizard hat and the kid with the mustache are like, "Hey, no, don't. You're okay. Don't go anywhere. We're not gonna hurt you. We actually, Ralph, do you think these kids might be the ones we are looking for?" And Ralph, the wizard, says, I think we might be able to work with them. Yeah, they look pretty smart." Jacques says, "We know you have our cookies, and it is okay. We will share the cookies with you, but hey, kiddies, don't go anywhere, little kiddies. We're not going to hurt you, okay? We want to talk to you. Isabeau and Ignatius, did you guys head out the door? I know, I'm sure Isabeau probably did.
Yeah. She's like,
Yeah.
she's
I don't buy it.
With the cookie pillowcase.
Mhm.
Like, they
Henry
can't
does
have
not
that. They're
does
my
not like the looks of the mustache kid, so wants to run.
Henry's going too.
Yeah.
What about Daybella and Paragon?
Daybella is kind of just like scared and doesn't know what to do. She's just sort of sitting in the corner of the balloon looking at him, trying to wait it out and see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'd be doing the same. I'm not quite sure about these kids yet. I want to think they're nice.
They said they're nice, but she's waiting for them to show that they're nice.
Guys, nobody who is nice says that they're nice.
Listen to
I just changed my mind.
Julius. He knows.
That's right. I know a lot of stuff.
So Isabeau, Ignatius, and
like
Henry.
how to lick you on butt.
That's one of my favorite things. What?
Yeah,
That is a useful thing to know.
Yeah, I'm suddenly jealous. The three of you head out the door.
Goodness.
And you find yourself in the end of a hallway. The hallway ends in that kitchen. Like and there is the half-orc kid, and he's leaning up against the wall, and he's grinning at you. But again, it's not you don't feel like it's a malicious grin. It's just like, these kids are having fun today. And Ignatius, you realize, oh, that's what a cool kid leaning against a wall looks like. That's how you do it.
Taking notes.
Yeah, and he's like,
Wait a second. He is pretty cool.
"Hey guys, how's it going?"
When I get to the other side, I lean against the hallway wall and practice.
So you're leaning against the wall.
Yeah,
he's
and
leaning
I'll
against
look
the
at
other wall.
Yeah, and I look at Isabel and say, "What's up?"
It was you. You did it.
Yeah, do nothing.
He puts out his fist for you. He's holding his fist out, Ignatius.
Yeah, what's up?
He doesn't know how to fist pump. He's a baby.
Yeah, he just kind of
What's up?
he reaches down and takes your little paw, and he just boops your paw with his, and he goes, "That's how cool kids say hey."
Ah, cool. Yeah.
Boom. So you get a little fist bump.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. I like you, kid. You're funny.
Ignatius.
Ignatius, that's a cool name. So what do you guys
Julius.
do?
It's Julius. I'm sorry, but
It's Ignatius. I was there when he was born.
she was not. She was still a mama when I was born. I was born first.
Hey, that's cool. Okay, cool.
He doesn't know
Cool.
that.
Cool. Yeah, cool.
It's cool.
It is
Yeah.
cool.
I think we're all cool kids, right? We got like a dragon, and you too. Yeah.
I don't know about that other kitty cat person, but I'm cool.
Henry is not feeling cool.
If you need to say that you're cool, then you're not cool.
Oh, but these guys are nice who say they're nice. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird.
I think it's the same sort of thing, buddy.
Got pick and choose.
Luke is chuckling. He thinks this is delightful. This little exchange. He's like, "Hey, me and my friends want to talk to you guys. You want to come back into the cafeteria with us?
About what?
We got a job for you.
A
I think
job.
What do you mean?
I think Jock's got a job for you. Oh, you guys don't know who we are?
No.
Oh.
Apparently,
Oh.
you're not that cool.
You the one Walter knows about.
Oh, you guys know Walter? I'm sorry. Walter's a pain in the butt, isn't he? All right, come on.
I don't know how
Henry's like
cool you
like
are.
wanting to blend into the wall, like does not want to does not want to be anywhere near the cool kid.
Hey guys. Hey Dragon Buddy. You guys can hang out in the hallway if you want, because if you're gonna hang out here, then obviously you're not the kids we're looking for. But
we might be.
you should know that the nurses switch their rotation in about 5 minutes. And you probably don't want to be out in the hallway when that happens. And he just kind of turns around and he goes back into the cafeteria.
Guys, that's actually probably pretty smart.
Meanwhile, back with you two, Shock and Wealth have been conversing amongst each other, and they're whispering. They've turned their backs and they're whispering back and forth. And every once in a while, they look back at you, and they'll make like they're not making faces at you, but like they're making faces at each other to describe what they think you're like. You can tell they're talking about which kid they're talking about. They'll like point to their nose and kind of motion towards Daybella and
All the eyes.
all the eyes for Paragon, exactly. And he finally, Jacques turns to the two of you and he's like, "Do you know who the triangle is?"
Yeah, it's got. Oh, I'm not there. I'm sorry.
You're not there yet.
Oh,
Why don't you guys give you precaution? Brady rolls.
Oh, that's a 5 plus 3, 8.
9.
You both know the triangle is the local crime bosses. They are 3 big kids who took over the orphanage crime boss family a couple of years ago after they dethroned Grabby Fingers McDoodle Pants, the halfling crime boss. And they have ruled the underground cookie trade actually pretty reasonably. By all intents and purposes, they're okay kids. You know, I mean, they're obviously criminals, but they're not
jerks.
They're not jerks about it. Right.
Nice criminals.
They're nice criminals, yeah. But they are also all about to age out of the orphanage. So the rumor mill has it that they've been looking for successors, that they've been looking for someone to pass the mantle off to. And they've been sending various kid gangs on missions to see if any of them are up to snuff. So interest from the triangle, even you little kids know it's not necessarily a bad thing. You're a little younger than most of the kids they deal with, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they wouldn't take a look at you.
Well, what about them?
How many of us did you see when we came in?
And she pulls out her hands and she looks at her toes. She says, this many.
Wolf goes, yeah, that's a 3. Yes, there were 3 of us. Do you know how many sides a triangle has?
Yeah.
And he makes a triangle shape. 3. So ipso facto.
Are you the kids that are going on adventures for the triangle?
Jacques grins. He's like, you are close. We do go on adventures, and they are triangle related, but we're the triangle. We were here to make a pickup of our cookies for the week. And I think you and your friends may have found them first, yes?
Somebody found them. I don't have any.
He grins.
Hey, Ben and I didn't find them first.
Well, that's fair. Okay. But you did see the cookies in here, yeah?
I smelled them.
Oh, they smell pretty good, yeah? And I also couldn't help but notice that my vicious guard kitty, Scratchy over here, and he gives the cat a little pet behind the ears, was playing with a red rubber balloon instead of guarding my cookies. And he looks at you, Dave.
She just kind of tries to hide the balloon behind her back. She's like, weird.
No. It's okay. It really is okay. I think that was very clever. Ralph? And Ralph lifts up his wizard hat, and he's got a tiny little red balloon sitting under his
Oh
hat.
God. Got Pennywise over here.
This is the difference in
Pennywise and Pennywise
reactions.
Jr.
And he gives you a little wink. He's like, that was a very clever use of your balloon to distract scabbers. And then Scratchy, and the fact that you did not fight her, you just, she looks fine, and you all look fine. No one got any hurt. So you thought your way out of the problem, yeah? Any kid can punch another kid, but we like kids who use their head muscles, huh? Your brainies, your smarties.
Mm-hmm.
Luca comes in at this time, and has anyone followed him in?
Yes.
Okay,
I'm going to be one of the cool kids for sure.
Okay.
I'm so cool that I don't care about being cool. So like Ignatius is trying to like follow the guy, and I'm just like, whatever. She's like
That's
got
even
a
cooler.
13-year-old attitude.
It's pretty self-aware for a
She's a
toddler.
she's a mean girl already. Yep.
Yeah.
I think Henry
We get along so well.
didn't want to stand in the hallway by himself, so reluctantly follows Isabeau.
She sashays her tail on the way in.
Luca goes, hey, they were smart enough to not stay in the hallway. That's good, right? And Jacques was like, yes, but we don't have a lot of time before the next shift begins. And
Yeah, something like 5 minutes or something. I think.
yeah, it's like five minutes. That's about right. And the head chef will be back, and we have an agreement with her, but it's best not to bother her if you don't have to. So, little friends, we might have a job for you, a very important one, but we need to talk somewhere else. So, why don't you come on back to our office? I think we have a business proposition for a bunch of smart kids like yourself.
You have an office?
Oh, we have an office.
What is an office?
Grown-ups have offices. That's where they use pencils
Oh, yeah, I know that.
and they do
Then
math
you guys
in
can
there.
write.
Oh, yeah. Writing and mathing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
that's
can
wow.
write.
That's
We can
what
read
offices are
and
for.
write.
Wow, that's impressive.
And Ralph over here, my friend, he can do fancy scribbly writing. It looks like it's all loop-de-loopies together, and it tells
I
me
think
it's real
that's called
writing.
French.
like magic.
He look like magic. He's a magician. Yeah, he knows all the spells. Whoa.
Yep. I see that.
We were once a group of adorable little dykes like you, and now we are the triangle.
Hey, buddy, don't call her adorable, pointing his thumb at Isabeau. She's
And
really
she's
full
looking
of it.
adorable as heck right now. With
She'll never
Oh,
let it go.
Don't ever say that to her. She just, it's too much. You know what I mean?
she just like licks her paw and like,
I mean, you're all very cute in various ways. Don't worry. Don't let anyone ever tell you differently.
I'm the cutest.
But come on. He points over at Fairground. He's like, actually, she is the cutest. But it's not a contest. You all have your special gifts and abilities. The fact that you were able to subdue my vicious guard kitty, steal all the cookies, break your way into the kitchen, and still try to escape afterwards is exactly the kiddos that we are looking for. So come to our office. We have a proposition to discuss with you.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Jacques turns and Ralph turns, and Luca kind of ushers you all behind. And they take you down the hallway, down a couple of twisty hallways to a section you've never been in. And they stand before a door. And at one point it said room closet, but someone has scratched that out and written in the words secret base and a picture of a triangle.
Perfect. That's so good.
Very secret.
That's very good. I get it. It's like a clubhouse.
Is that an
Yeah,
eye on the
yeah.
triangle?
No.
There is no eye on the triangle. Yeah,
Oh.
they are not the Illuminati. Sorry. Yeah. Jacques sees you all reading it and nodding, and he's like, we put that up when we were your age. It's kind of silly now, but what do you want to
Silly.
do?
Ah,
Yeah,
Perfect.
I have a question, Jack. What are you gonna do when you leave?
When we leave the orphanage,
Yeah, what
I
are
am
you gonna do with your life?
well, I am a criminal mastermind. I figure I would just continue along in that aspect. How many criminal geniuses can you have out in one city?
I don't know.
well, apparently at least two of us.
Yeah.
He laughs at that. That's good. That's very good. I like you. I like you all. You are exactly the kids I am looking for. Come on in. And it looks like a normal broom closet when he opens the door. But then Luca pulls a mop handle that's just kind of attached to the wall. And the door, the back wall, slides open into a much bigger space. And you see maps all on the wall, and there are desks, and there are piles and piles and piles of cookies.
I just realized what heaven looks like.
And that's where we're going to stop for the day.
Bite into them.
And I'm gonna Scrooge McDuck into the cookies.
Glad Scabbers isn't here for this one.
Oh, gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start licking all of them.
Oh, yeah.
These
He's
cookies
the
are
plague
mine
one.
now. So thank you all for listening to today's episode. We are Even Footing Games. I'm Jason, and from Aaron, Jimmy, Allison, Lee, and Jenna, and Steve, who is editing this. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Steve.
And
Steve.
thanks, Steve. Please, again, reach out to us if you like what you're hearing. Let us know if you have thoughts about some of the rules that we may have discussed, some of the mechanics that we're working on. Let us know if you think that's a good rule or not, or give us suggestions as to what you think might work. This is a game in progress. This is something we're developing. We're hoping to have it out and ready for general consumption by January. That's our plan. So it's still a work in progress. We're still writing this, and we hope that if you have an idea of what you think you like or don't like, that you'll let us know. We'll see you next time. Oh, just a quick shout out. Our very own Lee Baldwin, her podcast, Abstract Adventures.
Yeah.
Launches November 5th. So by the time you hear this, it will already have been going. It's on all podcast networks. Lee is doing something very cool. It's she's using the life path system, which means everything, our character creation, everything is very random. It's all up to the roll of a dice. A couple of us are characters on that, and we are very excited about that podcast as well. So that's Abstract Adventures. That is enough blabbering from me. I've been Jason. I've been your sitter. I have had a blast. As always, we will see you next time on Even Footing Games presents Babies and Broadswords.